pathway work that Seth alluded to is at each stage you develop it so that your customer can job out. Now this is when you're in conversations with the technical college, and luckily we've been out in the state a lot and we've worked with the Wisconsin Technical College system, so it isn't a brand new conversation you're trying to pioneer into. But this is hard for colleges because they don't get the gold star for people jobbing out. And I don't know how much you know about that system, but it's just not a great thing for them if people aren't retained through their entire degrees. So colleges that make commitments to this are actually standing up in front of their publics and having the same conversation that their mission is to make people relevant to the workforce. It's not just about stacking up a long-term credential. So in this work, you actually design it so that at each stage, your customer can see that they could get a certain kind of a job. So like on the far left-hand side of the chart, they know that if we do this, we'll get an entry-level job. As we move into maybe the first or second stackable credential, we'll get a job that actually will have something to do with that credential. They'll be told enough because industry has said if you have this set of skills, you can get inside. And you keep going that way. But at each stage, a person can know that if I make this 8-week commitment or this 12-week commitment or this half-a-year commitment, I'm going to actually have a certain job mark that I can make. The other thing that we've done in our system is we've also developed other tools, and this is just raising additional resources or repackaging what we do, so that for the person who comes down and there's something in their background or they don't have any work experience, and this is usually the most likely, because so many people now who have entered the market since 2008 just plain don't have work experience, or have been out so long that they don't have relevant work experience anymore. We have things like apprenticeship, transitional jobs, and on-the-job training positions so that if we have to use a public tool or a subsidized tool to really launch them, it's there. And that's been part of our absolutely deliberate design in this, is to make sure that if a person makes this kind of time investment themselves, they know they're going to get a job. So that's what we're showing you. And all of these things statewide are available. So, you're all connected one way or another to a job center system or a one-stop system. And I'm pretty sure at this point, everyone in the state has access to transitional jobs. That's the Children and Family program that you have to be connected to a child, but you can have a paternity relationship or be a grandparent. On-the-job training, all the boards have on-the-job training access. And then apprenticeships, and I don't know how many people know that there's a huge project in the state of Wisconsin under the SAGE initiative, which is an energy initiative, and I never know what SAGE stands for, but there's a real opportunity to support people who are in apprenticeships. And actually, the more research we do, the amount of apprenticeship opportunities out there are incredible.
Sector lines for a green economy.
That's what it is. Okay, behind all of this, I'm going to switch a little bit gears on you. What has been so instrumental to us, and this is where you all can play a big role, whether you can get into this work deliberately yourself, and you can be the initiator, or whether you can be the partner, you're going to see that more and more workforce systems or workforce development boards are trying to design their systems around career pathway work. For us, we actually have aligned our entire job center system on this career pathway platform. So that means all the staff in our job center system work towards career pathway work. And we've done this from everything from the front end. Traditionally in our system, when you went into a job center, the first person you would meet might be a case manager, or it might even be just a receptionist. Our board said that if we're serious about career pathway work, the first people that they meet have to be somebody who has high credential in being able to advise somebody in a career pathway, and can make sure that even if a person can't keep going on, can't make the commitment to train, that they'll leave with a vision of what is possible for them. And so the front end of our system is actually career advisors. So we have staff who are actually either master credentialed in advising or have taken the university certification. And when people come into the job center system, that's the first people they encounter. And those are the people who kind of, really package, how they can actually move forward.